All right, so imagine stumbling across like a crazy deal. Over 100 online courses on basically everything. Business, health, tech. There's even one on how to become a social media influencer. It kind of feels like those late night infomercials promising to,
Yeah.
like get rich quick or whatever.
Thanks so.
And, well, that's exactly what we're diving into today.
Over 100 courses. That's a lot. What's the plan?
Yeah. We're talking about this massive collection of courses. And get this, it's like a limited time offer, which I think kind of adds to the whole frenzy. So our mission today is to be your filter. We're going to sift through this mountain of digital promises, and we're going to see if we can dig up some real gems. What do you say? Are you ready to deep dive?
Always up for a good knowledge treasure hunt. So where do we even begin with this?
Well, even just glancing at the categories is enough to make your head spin. We're talking everything from affiliate marketing to Zen mastery.
Wow, that's quite a range. What I think is really interesting is that, this speaks to like a cultural shift. People are hungry for knowledge. They want self-improvement, but they want it on their own terms, in their own time.
Totally. But there is one category that seems to be like absolutely everywhere. Marketing. It's like everyone wants to be a digital marketing guru.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a coincidence though, right? Think about the current job market. Digital skills are essential now. And these courses are just like tapping right into that demand.
That makes sense. But okay, let's get a little closer here. Some of these course titles are a little out there. And
How to build a Facebook Messenger chatbot to generate leads. That sounds like something straight out of like a sci-fi movie.
It does sound futuristic, but if you think about it, chatbots are getting more and more sophisticated every day, and businesses are using them in really interesting ways to connect with their customers.
Okay, that's kind of cool. But then there's this one. Released February 25th, 2020. Latest Facebook Marketing Made Easy package. Okay, first of all, why the very specific date? And second, why are they so obsessed with making it sound easy? I think the date is probably there to signal that it's like the most up-to-date version. But the easy part, that's interesting. Maybe they're trying to target people who are kind of intimidated by marketing. It's like they're saying, you don't have to be a tech genius to master this.
I guess that makes sense. But then there's this gem. Teach me how-to video tutorials to apply the most powerful business models. Hold on. 80 video tutorials. What are these super secret business models that they're talking about?
Like they've got like the keys to the kingdom or something. It definitely makes you curious. But I kind of wonder if they're overselling it a little. Mm-hmm. Are these truly revolutionary business models, or is it just like a clever marketing tactic?
Okay, I gotta admit, all this marketing talk is making my head spin a little.
Yeah.
Can we switch gears for a sec? Talk about something a little more, zen.
Sure. What about the health and wellness category?
Ah, yes. A much needed mental break.
Hmm.
But even here,
Yeah.
we've got this wild mix of
The practical.
and the out there.
Yeah, right. On the one hand, you've got straightforward courses like, ketogenic diet or vegan diet. But then you've got things like money chakra secrets.
Wait, money chakra secrets.
Yeah.
So does that mean like if I learn about my chakras, I'll just magically become a millionaire? Sign me up.
Mm-hmm. I guess we have to take the course to find out. But what I find really fascinating about this category is it shows how our relationship with wellness is changing. It's becoming so personalized now, drawing from both ancient traditions and the latest fads.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, who would have thought that ancient chakras and like the latest diet trends would be in the same category?
Yeah, exactly. It's like this idea that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to wellness anymore. People are searching for what works for them, whether it's rooted in ancient practices or the latest science.
Okay, buckle up, because this next one gets a little meta. We've got courses.
Yeah.
On how to create courses.
Yeah.
It's like learning Inception.
It is pretty fascinating. It really shows the rise of the creator economy. It's not just professors and experts with big publishing deals who can share their knowledge anymore. Now, anyone with a valuable skill or insight, they can package it into a course and sell it online.
It is pretty empowering.
Yeah.
But it makes you wonder, with everyone becoming a teacher now, how do you know who to trust?
That is the million-dollar question. And that's something we need to keep in mind as we go deeper into this online learning jungle. We got to be discerning students, not just passive consumers.
Absolutely. We got to develop those inner BS detectors. Speaking of detecting things, I've noticed a theme in a lot of these course titles. It's the promise of easy and fast results. Like Facebook Marketing Made Easy. Learn graphic design in a weekend. It's everywhere.
Yeah. And that's where we need to be careful, right? Some courses might offer legitimate shortcuts or streamlined approaches. But there's a real danger in believing that everything can be learned quickly and effortlessly.
Oh, yeah. You're preaching to the choir here.
Yeah.
But you're right. It is tempting to fall for the promise of those instant results. It's like that age-old desire for the magic pill, the secret shortcut to success. But we all know true mastery rarely comes easy.
Exactly. That's something to keep in mind as we navigate this world of online learning.
So we've only just scratched the surface of this massive collection of courses. From marketing to money chakras to becoming your own teacher, there's clearly something here for everyone. But the question is, how do we sift through all the noise and find the courses that are actually worth our time and money?
That's the question we're going to be grappling with as we continue our deep dive. But for now, I think it's good to just take a moment and let all this information sink in. What are your initial impressions? Anything surprise you? Anything make you roll your eyes?
Oh, definitely some eye rolls.
Yeah?
Especially with some of those titles. But I gotta admit, I am kind of intrigued by the variety. It really does feel like there's something here for everyone. But I'm also feeling a little overwhelmed, if I'm being honest.
I hear ya. It's a lot to take in. But that's why we're here. To help make sense of it all and figure out what's really worth our attention. So, are you ready to dive back in?
Absolutely. Let's keep exploring.
As we were talking about those easy and fast promises, it got me thinking about what people are actually looking for in these courses. I mean, are we really so obsessed with instant gratification that we've forgotten the value of actually
Yeah.
learning something?
Right. It's remember back in the day?
Yeah.
When you actually had to go to a library, find a book, read it. It took actual effort.
Yeah, it's funny. It's this paradox. We have this incredible access to knowledge. You can literally learn about anything from your couch. But there's also this pressure to consume information so quickly, without really digesting it.
It's like we're binge watching knowledge.
Yeah.
Instead of savoring it. But maybe there's room for both.
Right.
Quick bite-sized learning for some things, and then those deep dives for others.
I think so. It really depends on what you're trying to achieve. You gotta be a savvy learner. Ask yourself, what are my goals? Am I looking for a quick overview or a really deep understanding? And then, how much time and effort am I willing to put in?
So it's not just about finding the right courses. It's also about figuring out how to learn effectively in this new world of instant information.
Exactly. And that's why I think this whole deep dive is so valuable. It's not just about reviewing these individual courses. It's about taking a step back and looking at the bigger picture. What are the trends? What are the pitfalls? What do we as learners really need to be aware of?
Totally. It's like we're creating a roadmap for this whole online learning jungle. Okay, enough meta talk. What are the categories caught your eye? I'm ready for more treasure hunting.
Well, the money category definitely piqued my interest. There are so many different approaches to financial well-being.
Yeah.
From really practical skills to more esoteric concepts.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing some pretty interesting titles in there. It's like they're trying to appeal to every type of money mindset out there.
Exactly. It reflects how diverse people's financial goals and beliefs really are. Some people are looking for those concrete strategies to build wealth, while others are looking for a more spiritual approach to abundance.
And what about those courses that focus on creating your own products, how to create your own info products or your first membership site? It's like they're giving you the blueprint to become a digital entrepreneur.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. It feels like the barriers to entry have never been lower. You don't need a publisher or a fancy degree to share your knowledge and maybe even make a living from it.
True. But let's be real for a second. It can't all be sunshine and rainbows. I mean, there's got to be some shady corners of this online marketplace. With so much money flowing around, there are bound to be scams out there.
Oh, absolutely. Whenever there's money to be made, there are going to be people trying to take advantage of others. So it's really crucial to approach any financial advice or opportunity with a healthy dose of skepticism.
Yeah. It's like that old saying, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. We need to be critical thinkers, not just passive consumers. Okay. Ready to switch gears again? What about the psychology category? That one seems pretty relevant these days.
It does. This category really shows the growing interest in personal development and self-improvement. People are recognizing the importance of mental and emotional well-being, and they're actually looking for tools and resources to support that.
For sure. And there's a course for every mental and emotional need, from coping with stress to Zen mastery. It's like a buffet for the soul.
I love that. And it highlights the fact that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to mental wellness either. You got to find what works for you.
I'm really drawn to the courses that go into the deeper aspects of personal growth. Things like Wired for Greatness or the power of self-discipline. Those are topics I've always found interesting.
Me too. It's like they're trying to give you this framework for tapping into your potential. and finding more fulfillment.
But even with all these empowering messages, I'm still seeing those promises of quick fixes like anti-anxiety formula or 365 manifestation power pack. It makes you wonder, can you really solve complex issues with a single course?
That's a good question. While these courses might offer some helpful insights and tools, it's important to remember that personal growth is a journey, not a destination. It takes consistent effort, self-reflection, and often professional guidance.
It's like anything else worth pursuing in life. There are no real shortcuts to true mastery, whether it's business, health, or personal development. It's about showing up and doing the work.
Exactly. And that's something we need to keep in mind as we evaluate all these online learning options. It's not about finding that magic bullet. It's about finding resources that support our growth.
We've covered a lot of ground, from marketing and money to mindfulness and everything in between. What's your overall impression of this online learning landscape?
I think it's incredibly dynamic. It's full of potential, but also pitfalls. It's exciting to see all this knowledge available at our fingertips, but it also feels a little like the Wild West out there. There needs to be more curation, more guidance for learners to help them navigate all this information.
Yeah, and that's where we come in.
Right.
We're like the sheriffs of this digital frontier.
Exactly. And with that in mind, I think we should shift our focus to something really important. How to be a more discerning student in this new world of online learning. How do we avoid the pitfalls, the scams, the courses that promise the world but deliver very little?
Okay, I'm all ears.
Yeah.
Give me your best tips for navigating this online learning maze.
All right. Well, first and foremost, I think it's crucial to be aware of those common red flags. You know, the warning signs that something might not be what it seems.
Red flags. Ooh, this sounds juicy. Spill the tea.
Yeah.
What should we be looking out for?
Okay. Red flag number 1, overblown promises. If a course is guaranteeing that you'll be a millionaire in a month, or lose 50 pounds in a week, or find your soulmate in 7 days, well, it's probably too good to be true.
Yeah, those get-rich-quick schemes are always tempting, but they rarely deliver. It's like those fad diets that promise you can lose weight without doing any work.
Exactly. So whenever you see those kind of claims, proceed with caution. Another major red flag is a lack of credibility. Who's the instructor? What are their credentials? Do they have a proven track record?
So it's like checking someone's references before you hire them. You want to make sure they actually know what they're talking about.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to do a little research. Look them up online. See if you can find reviews from other students.
Reviews are a must-read before you hit that Buy Now button.
Yeah. And finally, pay attention to the course format and delivery. Is it engaging? Interactive? Does it offer opportunities for feedback and support? Or is it just a bunch of boring lectures and PDFs?
Ugh, you're giving me flashbacks to some of those online courses I had to take in college. Death by PowerPoint.
Yeah, we've come a long way since then. But there are still plenty of courses that haven't caught up. The best online courses offer a good mix of content, activities, and support to make it a better learning experience.
So it's not just about what you learn, but how you learn it. You got to find those courses that are well-designed, engaging, and help you remember the information.
Exactly. The best learning experiences feel like a journey, not a chore.
Okay. I feel a lot more equipped to navigate this whole world now. Thanks for sharing those red flags. I'll definitely be on the lookout.
Of course. And remember, it's not just about avoiding the bad stuff. It's also about finding the good stuff. There are so many great courses out there, created by really passionate people. We just got to learn how to spot them.
All right. Let's do it. What other hidden gems are out there?
Well, let's look at a category that often gets overlooked, but is really important these days. Tech skills. This is where you'll find those practical courses that can boost your skills and make you more confident in this tech-driven world.
Tech skills. Okay, I'm listening.
We're talking about everything from coding and web development to graphic design and data analysis. These are the skills that are in high demand.
So if you're looking to future-proof your career, this is the place to be.
Absolutely. And there's something here for everyone, whether you're a total beginner or looking to level up.
Wow. The possibilities.
You can find courses on specific programming languages, like Python or JavaScript, or more general courses on things like web development or digital marketing.
Okay. I gotta be honest, I'm a little intimidated by all this tech stuff.
I get it. It can be overwhelming, but that's the great thing about online learning. You can start at your own pace, find courses that break things down, and get support whenever you need it.
So there's hope for us non-techies.
Absolutely. Don't let the jargon scare you away.
Okay. I'm feeling a little better about this whole tech thing, but with so many options, how do we choose the right courses?
Well, that's what this deep dive is all about.
Right.
We're here to help you find the courses that are worth your time and money. Let's take a closer look at some of these tech skill courses and see what they have to offer.
All right. Let's get technical. It's funny, as we've been talking about all these online courses, it's kind of like a modern-day gold rush.
A gold rush? How so?
Well, think about it.
Mm-hmm.
We've got all these people rushing towards this new frontier, this digital landscape. It's overflowing with opportunity. Everyone's trying to strike it rich. Find that one course that'll change their life.
I see what you mean. There are some parallels there. And just like a real gold rush, not everyone's going to find what they're looking for.
Exactly. That's why it's so important to have a good map, a guide, to help you navigate.
Right.
And that's where we come in.
I like that. We're the guides for this digital gold rush. But seriously, it's easy to get caught up in all the excitement, the hype.
Yeah. The promise of easy success.
Right. We need to be careful.
So how do we avoid ending up with fool's gold? What are the signs a course might not be what it claims to be?
We've already talked about some red flags, like overblown promises or a lack of credibility. But one thing I always look for is evidence of real-world application. Does the course teach skills that are actually in demand? Does it give you a chance to practice and build a portfolio?
Makes sense. I mean, what's the point of learning something if you can't use it?
Right. So look for courses that go beyond theory and offer practical exercises, projects, case studies, things like that.
Okay.
Another important factor is community and support. Does the course have a forum or a way to connect with other students? Is there an instructor who can answer questions and give you feedback?
It's like having a study group. Always good to have other people to bounce ideas off of.
Yeah.
And, get support when you need it.
Exactly. Learning doesn't have to be a solitary activity.
Okay. So we've talked about the red flags, the things to watch out for. But what about the good stuff? What are the signs that a course is actually worth it?
Okay. Well, first, look for a strong curriculum. It should be well structured and match your goals. Look for courses that break down complex topics, provide clear objectives, and offer a variety of learning materials.
Got it. So a well-designed course.
Exactly. Just like a good textbook, it should have a logical flow and give you chances to test yourself.
What else?
Engaging instructors, people who are passionate about what they're teaching. You can usually get a feel for this from the course description or introductory videos.
Yeah, like a really good teacher.
Exactly.
I feel a lot more confident about this whole online learning thing now. Thanks for breaking it all down.
You got it. And remember, it's not just about avoiding the bad courses, it's about finding the good ones. And there are a lot of amazing courses out there.
All right, so I think we've covered a lot of ground today. We've explored the world of online learning. From the possibilities to the potential downsides, we've talked about how to be smarter students, how to avoid scams, and how to find those courses that are actually worth our time.
And I think the biggest takeaway is to approach online learning with curiosity and a desire to learn and grow.
Absolutely. So, as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with this thought. The world of online learning is out there, and there's so much to discover. So go explore and never stop learning.
That's right. Happy learning.